Well, it is my pleasure to introduce our next 10 by 10 before Tig comes on. And it's somewhat, I realized today, a little bit of a coincidence that we have quite a few alumni from that very first community keynote in 2008. And Deb on the Rox is another of those alumni. And she had a very memorable community keynote reading. Do any of you remember it? It was about the woman with a medical condition where she had the never-ending orgasm. And Deb had imagined what this would be like in some detail and with many vocal accompaniments. And we all wanted to have what she was having, as they say. But beyond that wonderful writing and her amazing humor, Deb is a community builder. She has been the leader of our Queerosphere community party for years now. And we are always so thrilled to host it at BlogHer. And she has also made it part of her life's work to work with some bloggers about figuring out their vision and destiny and what they want to do and how to accomplish it. So she has tremendous personal talent, tremendous community building, and a keen business sense. And I can't think of a better combination for someone to have in this space of independent publishing. So I'd like to bring out Deb on the Rox.
Thank you. Oh my God. Oh God. You guys. I'm not going to talk about myself. I'm here to talk about why you are fucking awesome. This is very exciting. And I want to talk about why I love blogging. I started a love of blogging, and I know you love blogging because blogging is a parade. And like any good parade, it's where culture explodes and expresses itself, including pop culture, which is my love language. And parades are where we go to celebrate what's important to us, to talk about what matters, to honor each other, to look the whole town in the eye at once, to eat funnel cakes, and to march for change, to make change happen. You want to be at the parade of your generation. And when I realized that social media was the 24/7 global parade of our times, I wanted to be there. And I found you. I found people to watch that parade with. And I found people to live tweet it with. How awesome is that? And it gave me a front row seat. Blogging gives us, an early adopter, front row seat at social media. And that is fucking awesome. Because the front row is where you get all the beads and the candy. And you want the beads and the candy. But even more than that, blogging made us participants in the parade. We realized we're not just watching. We're creating this thing. It's ours. We're leading the parade. I mean, what is TweetDeck except a float where we're waving and saying how we feel and what we think and what it means? We're creating that, and we've watched that. In the last 10 years, we've watched social media change from the place where we went to talk about culture to the place where culture is created, and we're there. We're doing it. Well, we Instagram a photo, and then we go Instagram a photo of parades, and then that creates a parade of Instagrams or a parade of Pinterest boards, and it's all happening, and we're all a part of it, and it's radical, and it's beautiful, and I don't want to be anywhere else. And every part of culture, has an origin myth or a fairy tale, and what blogging is the fulfillment of a really great fairy tale. In fact, my favorite fairy tale, which is The Emperor's New Clothes. Now, you guys remember this one, right? Where Hans Christian Andersen told the story of the vain and prideful and vengeful leader who got taken in by con men, who said they had gorgeous robes for him because he wanted the very best, but, of course there were nothing. So he puts them on, but he's surrounded by yes men, and he's intimidated all the townspeople. So, there he is. Now, imagine this. Imagine this. he has no clothes on. I mean, we're not talking about John Hamm in sweatpants here. We're talking about really no clothes. And what does he want to do? He wants to be in a parade, because that's where the culture goes. And you know what happens in this story. The townspeople, yeah, there he is. He's all hashtag. And the townspeople don't say anything. But one child in the audience says, wait a minute. This is a Wienergate scandal. This is not cool. That is a dick pic. And I don't want it in my life. He called, and I've raised sons, so that kid probably added some fart noises too, right? So he called it out, and that's all it took, is that one voice calling out the truth, and everyone's like, oh yeah, duh, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. That's what blogging is in a nutshell. Well, I probably shouldn't say nutshell. But imagine if that happened in the time of social media, right? I mean, we would run with the no clothes hashtag. We would really be able to amplify that calling out in creative and beautiful ways. We would make sure that everybody knew through our ideas, through our social media. Oh, the think pieces we could think, right? Oh, the memes we could meme. That's how we tell our truth. We do it every day. It's what we do in social media, even if we don't do it as directly. By telling our truth, by telling our stories, by blogging, by participating in that parade, we say how things are, which in effect says how things could be better. And we do that through our own personal pages. We blog our truths. We do that with humor, and shout out to the humor bloggers, because they tell truths in a way that gets to the core of the matter in ways that we can really understand and create memory around. They call out the dicks in many different ways. And we do it in our service journalism. We do it in our personal narratives that tell our stories so that others can learn how it was or how it could be, what could be better. We do it whenever we put our face to the story, where we are willing to, through photos and videos, share and be memorable and put faces to crises. And we do it whenever we create solutions. All of our work, in one way or the other, whether it's serious, humorous, service, about lifestyle, is really helping no-clothes the world. And that's what makes it better. That's what makes the participation evolve. So I love it, and I love you. I love all that you add to that. And I love being a participant in that. And I love the moments where I get to be the child calling it out. I admit it. I love the call-out culture. I think it's amazing. And it's taught me something important too. Because I've come to learn, and it doesn't take 10 years to learn this, but we actually play every role in that myth. We love being the child, and we love our Donka Shane moments. But we truly have turns at all of those roles, and they help make us better. I can remember times when I've been that con man. I think we're all the con men when we maybe stitch together a clickbait headline, or we take a sponsor for less than cool reasons. We're those tailors. And I've definitely been the silent townspeople. We don't want to be the silent townspeople, but we are when we look the other way when things are going down, or we're not good allies to other bloggers, or to others in general, or we let someone else clean up the community messes. And I've definitely been the emperor who's made mistakes and needed to be called out, or is out there with his man jewels exposed, making errors, needing to be called out for his privilege. We like to be the child, but a lot of times we're the dick. But that's all good. You know what? That's all good, because that's how we're learning, and I truly believe That's how we're creating our capacity to do better. That's how we're creating our capacity to do more, and that's why we love blogging. It lets us grow. It lets us become more, just as we're trying to help the culture become more. And so it's okay that we're just still the child in this parade. The parade is young. We are so brilliant for being here in the early parts of social media and being willing to dig in and understand it, because this is our future, and we're just getting started. And I think what's ahead for us is amazing. We're already seeing how social media, including your participation in it, including all that you create and add to the internet every day, all that you add to this community every day, all the dicks you call out are creating better government, better policies, better corporations, better food, better things in our lives, better fashions, better food scenarios, better everything. This is what's happening because we're willing to participate in this 24/7 global parade feedback loop. We're able to find more and more fabulous people and elevate them. We get to know each other, our deep, true hearts, and all of the townspeople are coming together. In fact, that's really important to all of us. We're chasing out what doesn't work for our town, and we're making sure the whole town is included in what's ahead. This is a parade that matters, and we're marching forward together in the most exciting ways. And that's what I think will happen in the next 10 years. You know, we're continually, by our vulnerability in our feedback and in our community approach to moving forward, we're getting better. We'll continue to get better, and we'll do it in a way that opens doors for everyone. So I think that if we all just keep showing up and keep building this community that lets us participate at that level all the time, if we keep calling out the dicks when we see them, and if we keep doing our best not to be a dick, then we'll be able to live happily ever after. Thank you. Thank you.